What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be doing my 2023 AFC quarterback rankings. So these are the projected starters for each of the 16 teams in the AFC for this season. Remember, these are just my predictions. So if yours are any different, just let me know in the comments below, and I hope you enjoy. All right, to start off, I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to put him in great. I don't want to put him in elite just because he did have a down year and because of his age. The Jets roster is fantastic. It's probably the best roster he's played with in years. I would maybe his whole career. I mean, the Jets roster stacked. Everybody was saying they're a quarterback away. Well, they got him. Coming off of back-to-back MVPs. He did have a down year. I know he had an injury, but he actually played almost all games, I think. I think he played 16. Injury may have affected him, maybe lingered throughout the whole season. Still was a down year, but I expect a better year than last year, which is still going to put him in the great category. Anthony Richardson, I'm just going to put him in a rookie. Unproven. Obviously hasn't played a snap in the NFL yet, although I do like his situation. Usually quarterbacks that are drafted really high come into these terrible situations. His, though, isn't that bad, especially on offense. I mean, he's got a pretty good offensive line. He's got a wide receiver, one in Michael Pittman. He's got a running back. He's got a great running game with Jonathan Taylor, assuming that he's going to be healthy for the season, which I expect him to be. Defense is decent. He's got a good coach in Shane Steichen, first-year head coach. It's a pretty good situation. He's going to have some opportunities. He's going to have some pieces around him that will support him and allow him to make the mistakes and still keep him afloat. So I expect him to actually have a pretty good season. CJ Stroud, same boat, rookie. I haven't seen him play a snap. Although his situation is god-awful on the Houston Texans, being drafted number 2 overall. They've got no weapons. I mean, their offense is bad. I know they have Dameon Pierce. I think he's a little overrated as a running back. You know, in the league, his yard per carry is pretty low, but he was by himself. I mean, the offense line is bad. The receiving core is bad. They added Dalton Schultz in free agency at tight end, so he'll have a pass catcher. But even Dalton Schultz himself isn't the greatest. Pretty shitty situation, but CJ Stroud's still a great quarterback, or at least in college. So we'll see what he can do with it. I mean, people have gone into shitty situations before and made the most of it and bettered the organization, but it's going to be tough for him. Deshaun Watson. I am going to put him in great, but hear me out before you freak out. This is just based on him having a full offseason, being able to practice with the team. I guess the media out of his face. If you remember, I mean, he didn't play 2021, and then he was also suspended, what was it, 13 games last year or 12 games last year? Maybe 11, and then it was a bye, and then he came back week 13. I don't remember, but he didn't play all year. I don't think he was allowed to practice or do training camp. I mean, I give him a pass for that, just not playing real football for almost 2 years. He was top 4 quarterback in the NFL when he did play, and it was such a young age. He's so good on the ground. He can run. He can throw. I mean, he's an insane quarterback. And the Browns team's not bad, so I do expect him to have a way better season than he did last year. I'm going to forget last year even happened. I'm going to ignore it. He had a lot going on for good reason. But I do think he has a way better season this year, and it's going to look more like Houston Deshaun Watson than what we saw last season. Jimmy Garoppolo, I'll say good. I tempted to put him in bad. I mean, he's Jimmy Garoppolo. He's nothing special. He's just a body at quarterback. I actually used to think pretty highly of Jimmy Garoppolo, and that was because San Fran was winning so many games. But now that I've seen Brock Purdy do it, I'm convinced anybody that you plug into the San Francisco quarterback spot is going to have success. So I'm tempted to see I'm looking forward to see what he does on the Raiders, although the Raiders, I think, do have an awful season. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that great. I don't want to put him in bad. He's won games. He's been to a Super Bowl. He's not the worst quarterback in the league, but he's certainly not someone I feel comfortable with at my quarterback spot. I'll just keep him in good. Joe Burrow, I'm going to put him in elite. I think Joe Burrow's a top 3 quarterback in the league. Been to Super Bowl. He's been good since he's been drafted number 1 overall in 2020. He's going to be looking at a massive contract extension. The team's really good around him. He's got the weapons. He's got the running game. He's got the line. Got a good coach. I mean, Joe Burrow's top 3. And I actually do think, I'm not a betting man, but I would put my money on him to win MVP this season as well. Alright, before I get to Josh Allen, if you're enjoying the video so far, be sure to subscribe. And also down below, let me know your top 5 quarterbacks in the AFC as well. Josh Allen, I'm going to put him above Joe Burrow, but hear me, I know people want to put Joe Burrow at second. I have no problem with that. I really am not the biggest believer in rankings. I think, you know, they belong in the same tier and they're interchangeable depending on the team. But Josh Allen, his running ability is so good. Like, that is so valuable for a quarterback. People are going to say, oh, it's not sustainable, you're going to get hurt. He doesn't get hurt. He hasn't gotten hurt. Maybe he does in year 12 or something. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't play 20 years. That's fine. But for the 2023 season, I'm going to put him above Joe Burrow. Justin Herbert, I will put him... I don't know if I want to put him above No, I'm going to put him right behind Rodgers, ahead of Deshaun. A lot of people are saying Justin Herbert's top 5 quarterback in the league. I guess so. I mean, it wouldn't be 3, 2, or 1. It'd be 4, 5, probably 5. I'm not as high on Herbert. I mean, he's an incredible arm. He can run when he wants to. He doesn't run too often. His weapons are kind of old, so I get there's an excuse. They're not as good as Joe Burrow or Josh Allen. You did blow a 20-0 lead. That is horrific. I know his defense did and his coach. I mean, they were all, it's a team sport, but I don't know. That left a sour taste in my mouth. I mean, he's still young. What is it? It's 3rd season coming up, or 4th season coming up. So, not like he's got to be the best quarterback in the league right now. But I'm gonna put him right behind Rodgers. Next is Kenny Pickett. I'm comfortable with putting Kenny Pickett right there. I mean, I would take him going forward over Jimmy Garoppolo, like in the next couple of years, just because he's younger, got more untapped potential, I guess. We already know what Garoppolo is. Kenny Pickett, I know people, especially Steelers fans, are going to tell you, he had a bunch of game-winning drives or something. The scores were like 9-15 when he had these comebacks. His defense kept him in. His numbers were not great. I do know that he didn't start the whole year, so he didn't, have an entire season of reps to put out there. He's still got some learning to do, and I think he will. I mean, this isn't saying that he's going to be bad in 3 years or something. This is just for this season. I'm going to put him behind Garoppolo just because I know what Garoppolo is. He can manage a game. He can win you games with Jimmy Garoppolo. It's been done. So I'm comfortable putting him right there. Lamar Jackson, I am going to put him in elite. I am a big Lamar Jackson fan. I'm not a Ravens fan. I just am a huge believer in Lamar. I know the last couple seasons he's been hurt at the end of the year. I mean, if we see that again, I guess I'm out on him. I know they just paid him. His weapons are all right. I think they just drafted one in the 1st round and they signed Odell Beckham. I think it was Zay Flowers they drafted. Then Mark Andrews still. I mean, Lamar's running is so good. He's a better passer than people give him credit for. He's one of the better passers in the NFL. He's the best running quarterback in the NFL. I mean, he's the most dynamic quarterback in the NFL. He's not the best, but I'm going to put him in elite. I mean, he's Showtime. He's hard to stop. No reason he's not elite. But I would like to see him healthy at the end of the year and in a playoff game. Mac Jones, I'll put him in good right behind Pickett. I'll put him above Pickett for now, but Pickett is better on the ground. Mac Jones is just really underwhelming to me. He's not that talented. He's not flashy. He can't run the ball. He's like one of the last traffic cone quarterbacks in the NFL. I'm just not blown away by it. He just kind of seems like a check down. I think he does check the ball down a lot. Throws, medium passes. I don't know. I mean, he wasn't drafted that high, so I'm not holding him the same expectation I will of like a Tua or like a Trevor Lawrence. I'll just put him in good. Patrick Mahomes, obviously best quarterback in the NFL. I'm not gonna go that deep into it. It's pretty unanimous that he is the best. So I'll just leave it at that. Russell Wilson, I'm gonna put him in bad. I hate to do that because if you would ask me last season, I would have put him in great. It was so miserable watching those Broncos games that they forced down our throats on prime time. Like every Thursday night game was a Broncos game, it felt like, and it was so bad. So disgusting. And I remember people were saying that the Broncos were just a quarterback away in 2021 before they got Russell Wilson. Everybody was saying it's just like the same thing to do with the Jets. People said they're a quarterback away from being good. It was just so bad. I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt. I need to see him do it. Show me just some decent football so I can put you in good, Russell. Tannehill, I want to put him in bad, but I mean, he's the most average, I guess, mediocre quarterback. I'm not going to go along to Tannehill. I mean, he's on the end of his career. I guess after this contract, someone will give him a contract to be like a starter before the rookie comes in. I mean, he's bad. The team's bad, though. The Titans were very bad last season. It wasn't all his fault, but... And I know we got hurt as well. Just not that good. Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to put Trevor Lawrence in great. A lot of people are... I think Chris Sims, he does like his quarterback rankings, put him at 6 or 7, I think. It was 6. Deshaun Watson, I'm going to put... actually, I can't do that. I can't... I'm high on Deshaun Watson. Like, I remember him on Houston. He was so good. He was better than anybody in this list in Houston. It's just we've been a while since we've seen it, so I'll put him behind Walt Lawrence because we did just see Lawrence break out last season. Lawrence, I would say, is around 8 or 9 for the NFL rankings. But I'll put him just above. I guess I'll put him behind Herbert, although I would take him. Actually, no, I'll put him above Herbert. I would take him over Herbert. I don't know. This is so hard. They're like interchangeable because that 28-0 burns. Like it hurts that. I mean, Lawrence won it, so I feel like I want to put him up there. But Lawrence did throw what 4 interceptions in the first half. Like Lawrence dug himself that hole. He's the reason they were down 28-0. And then they obviously came back and won, which he was a big reason for that. They're interchangeable. Take whoever you want, Herbert or Lawrence. I do like Lawrence's head coach a lot more than the Chargers head coach and Staley. Fine, I'm going to put him above Herbert. And then Tua. Tua, I will put... It's either the best, the good, ahead of Garoppolo, or right behind Watson. They were so good with Tua last. I'll put Tua in great, but behind Deshaun Watson. The Dolphins were very good with Tua when he was healthy before he got his concussion. A lot of people forget that. But, I mean, they were on pretty much every power ranking, top 3, top 5 in the NFL when Tua was healthy. Got great weapons. I expect another good season. If you didn't see my AFC East predictions, I actually picked the Dolphins to win the AFC East this year ahead of the Bills. And that is barring any Tua injury. So if Tua's healthy, I really expect him to have a great season and the Dolphins to have a great season. So I'm going to put him at the end of great, just behind Watson. All right, that's going to be my AFC quarterback rankings for the 2023 season. Remember, if yours differ at all, just let me know down in the comments, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.